wait. I just better make sure that my room is looking perfect so that you, you know, think that I'm a perfect kind of person. Just wait 1 minute. Because that's how it's done, right? We've got to make it look all perfect. We've got to make it look, here we go. Right, let's hide some of this stuff under the bed. Put it away. Hello, as you're jumping on. Alright, I think that's it. Hello. Well, hopefully you didn't see that. Hopefully you didn't see me jumping on and then quickly, I'm being very sarcastic here as she tries to find her cacao. Quickly putting away all the stuff in my bedroom and making my bed so it looks all perfect so that you think that I'm perfect, and then getting all my stuff and shoving it under the bed so that we can't see my stuff on the outside. Ooh. I totally didn't mean it to go that way in this conversation, but how's that for a metaphor? How's that for a metaphor with how sometimes social media is and how Facebook Lives can be? Like jumping on and going, I've got to make everything perfect first of all. And then anything that I don't like about stuff that I don't want people to see, I'm going to sweep it under the table. We're going to talk about some stuff today, which I'm pretty fucking revved up about, to be honest. I'm just going to grab, what did I send to the team? Yeah, when you look in the mirror, are you seeing someone who's being the queen? Hello, Kayla. Or someone who's abdicating her throne? That's what we're talking about. Hello, Joan. How are you, gorgeous? Say hi, team, as you jump on. I'm pretty fiery, actually, about this topic today. I'm pretty damn fiery. Oh, fuck. Hang on. Come on. Come on, tripod gods. Okay, I've got a really kick-ass tripod, but oh my god. Hang on. I can show you my tripod, but you're gonna have to wait for a moment. I've got this really kick-ass tripod that I absolutely adore, but there's one thing that I don't like about it is it has these like quick release legs that you can like screw and pull out and like snap in, and then you're kind of done really fast. So it goes from being a really tiny travel tripod right up to a 6'2" tripod, which is awesome and so freaking cool and useful, and it does so much stuff. And the whole point of having like these quick release legs is that you can have it be in all sorts of positions really, really fast. But there's something to do with the quick release stuff is that, yeah, sometimes she fucking quick releases her stuff right during my Facebook Lives, and then the tripod goes all over the show. Hello, Erin. Hello, Tennille. So that's what we're going to talk about, and I'm just going to balance my cacao on my knees while I fix up the top of this tripod. So the conversation is, when you look in the mirror, are you seeing someone who's being the queen? Or are you seeing someone who's abdicating her throne? What do I mean by that? I think we've got it fucked. Do you mind? Okay, like here's the thing. I just want to kind of be really clear is that I'm just going to unleash myself today because I'm in a little bit of a fiery mood, and I'm not gonna put a dampener on the fire. I'm gonna more put some like air on the fire. You know how in the olden days, I remember in the olden days when we'd light a fire in New Zealand, we had this little kind of air machine thing. Did you guys have them? They're kind of like this, and you kind of go psh, psh, psh with it, and it blows air on the fire. Do you know the one? And it kind of like, instead of going to the fire, you go oof, oof, oof to it, and it blows all this air on the fire, and the fire comes up. It's kind of what I've been doing for myself in the last hour. I've been putting some air on my own fire, and I just think it's important. The other thing I did do was I was dancing in my room, and boom, baby. And I was dancing in my room, and I had some music up. I'm clearly in, not in my room at home. I'm in this beautiful hotel that I've taken 5 days out on my own for Queen's Week. Anyway, so I was dancing away and I saw the bed and I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, that would be an awesome place to do a big forward roll on. So I went from one side of the room and I raced over and I did like an old school dive forward roll. Do you know the one? Do you know the one that when you were hanging out with your siblings when you're a kid and used to like pull off the diving forward roll maneuver across a bed? And I was thinking, and actually I'm going to show you, I was quite impressed with myself because I started off in this direction, which was behind, and I had like a bit of a run up. And so like I had some fucking cranking 1990s music on. I'd been dancing for about 10 minutes, like real kind of like getting it down in front of the mirror. I was dropping it and popping it and locking it. There were pops, drops and locks all over the show. Anyway, so I ran from that side of the room and I was like, oh yeah, this will be gold. Fuck yeah. And I sprinted and I dived and I leapt from maybe about 2 meters away. 1.8 if I'm going to be like really accurate and specific. And as I leapt, I was honestly, I would have really landed it well. And I did land it well. But the issue was that I've got this thing around my neck and I hadn't thought, because the other day when I did my diving forward roll, it's kind of been a theme for this week, I did it on another bed that I got to have like a bigger run up on. Like I had, the other bed I did it on, I got about, I'd say, another 5 meters of a run up, so I kind of got more of a launch pad as I dove. And the other day it was totally fine because this thing right here around my neck, the other day was inside my hoodie and like that, so it was totally fine. But this morning, or like a little while ago actually, as I dive rolled, I got some real momentum and some real oomph into it. And this thing here is literally filled with magnets. It is filled with magnets and 5 different elements like rock and some other shit. But here's the thing. As I'm like flying through the air with my 90s music cranking in my head, and I'm like thinking, oh my God, this is the best fucking dive roll that I've done all week, and I've done a few, so that's actually pretty cool. And then I'm like forming into the roll part, and I'm like, yeah, I'm totally acing this. Like, I wish this shit was on camera, because like, this is amazing. And then all of a sudden, this goes up and smashes me, and this is heavy, like right in the middle of the forehead, and it was all over. And I rolled over on the bed and I was like holding myself and embracing myself and clutching myself, and I thought, well, there we go. That was like a trick for a new player. Clearly I need to wear hoodies and have this tucked in or off. I will not be doing that again. Any future diving roll tactics will have almost like a checklist. Erin, I think you're Erin, you're the checklist lady, so I kind of like need you in my space every time I do a forward roll, a diving forward roll, because we need almost like a checklist of what to do and what not to do, and definitely the top of it is not wearing this fucking thing out so I don't smash myself in the face. So if by any chance you do see me with a sizable bruise coming up over the next couple of days, you'll know why. You will know why. Karen, I so love this explanation about the dive forward roll. Yes. Did anyone do that as a kid? Did anyone? Bloody good. Honestly, it's like they give you, I mean, you guys know I love me an enema. You know, enemas flush out your bowel, but I would say a dive forward roll kind of flushes out your soul. So it's almost like an enema for your spiritual, energetic self, where it actually helps you release any of the shit that you've been holding on to. It helps cleanse you from the inside out, and it puts a little bit of infusion of joy and kid-like play back into your life, which, by the way, is pretty much what we're going to be talking about today, which is when you look in the mirror, do you see a queen looking back at you, or do you see someone who's abdicated her fucking throne? So this conversation is around who do you choose to actually be being in your life now, and actually allow yourself to go there versus putting that on hold. We're going to talk about the energetics of this. We're going to be talking about the clarity that we allow ourselves to generate versus waiting to generate. We're going to be talking about so much in this conversation. And here's what I want to say. This is, if you have or haven't seen, the new program that I've got coming out starting this Friday is called Next Level You Now. It's 15 days where we go deep into the mindset and the energetics of actually being that next level you now. So this is like a fraction of what we'll be doing in that program. If any of my team are on, can you pop the comment in the comments about Next Level You Now, and then just pin it to the top so peeps can see. There's a link there. You can come straight through. I'll be dropping the pre-work in the next 24 hours. And then on Friday, our first live training kicks off, which is amazing. So here's the thing. A lot of the times what people do is they're waiting, like literally waiting to be the next part of themselves. Like we know within us that there is more what's available. But what people are doing, and what I see is that there's some kind of conversation where there is but I'll wait until sometime in the future when then something would have happened in my life, and then I'll be able to activate the characteristics within me of that next level, right? So there's some kind of holding pattern that goes, over there, I'll be able to do it. But not now, because now I can't do it, because now I've got this, now I've got that, now I've got this, now I've got that. And there becomes some prolonging or some putting off. Now here's the thing, all of that prolonging, all of that conversation that goes on in your head around why you can't have it now is actually a crock of fucking shit. It is ridiculous how nonsensical that stuff is. But the thing and the reason why it actually feels so real is because one, you look around in the world and everyone else is thinking like that and talking like that as well. So it feels like, of course, that's the way in which it's supposed to be. And also you look in your life, and because our brain is literally designed to be able to see evidence for what it is that we're telling ourselves, there's a part of the brain that's literally designed for that. We look around into the world and we see evidence for what we're telling ourselves. So if we're telling ourselves stories of I can't have that now, or I can't be that now, or who am I to be that now, or little old me, or it's too hard, or I'll have it then in the future, or any of those stories, we'll absolutely freaking see evidence of that in our lives. See, one of the things about being the next level version of yourself now is that all versions of us exist simultaneously. So this isn't about that you have to wait for 6 months or for 9 months or for a year or anything in the future, because that version of you actually exists now. In the program Next Level You Now, which starts this Friday, we're going to be actually going into how to claim and embody that right now. So there will be a link on here later so that you can click it and go and check, or you can go to my personal page and you can definitely, there you go, someone from my team just put it up. So check out the info in that, and there's a link there as well. But in that program, we're actually going to be going into how to embody that now, because here's the thing, that is actually something that exists now. Also, the parts of you or the versions of you who aren't resourceful, who are, let's say, using that terminology, abdicating their throne, downplaying themselves, pretending that they're smaller and weaker and more bullshitty than what they actually are, you know, the whole world of that and the flavor of that, then those are also available now. Like, it's all actually available to us right now, whatever one we choose. The thing is, what we've often done is we've often practiced the muscle of being the versions of ourselves that aren't at our fullest capacity, because we have some kind of weird story that we can't be all of that now, because we've got to wait for this, we've got to wait for that, or blah, 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 like something. So here's the thing, what we end up doing is we end up aligning more with the version of us that feels more kind of part power than full power. And here's the thing, we always get to choose what we align with. I was chatting with a client today who had messaged me about a whole lot of stuff, and here's the thing, we all have the choice of what we align with. And we all have things in our life where we could align with this, or this, or this, or this. Thanks, Pauline. And there are so many things in our lives that we could choose to align with. So for example, you know, me at the moment, you know, I've got so much going on, like I do, because I created a really high level. So there is so much that I could literally be aligning with. I could be choosing to align with this conversation, which are at levels that just don't fucking forward and support and align with the big picture of who I choose to know myself as. So I decide, and it's a decision that I choose not to align there. Now, it's interesting because when I say it's a decision, sometimes it actually is a conscious decision where I'm like, no, this is actually checking in with myself. Where is my alignment going to be? What am I choosing to bring through? What am I choosing to bring forward? And sometimes it actually is a very fucking conscious thing to be doing. And then sometimes it's also like an unconscious thing because it's just so much muscle that I've built in that area. So depending on whether it's an unconscious thing because I'm just going off so much muscle of really being able to align quite clearly, or whether sometimes I have to go, all right, like today I got up and there were some things that I really wanted to do and that I was committed to doing, but I couldn't be asked. And I was feeling quite tired. It was really interesting. Like in my body, I had a lot of tiredness going on. I was kind of blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing, I'd already had enough sleep. I know all that. So that is something that I could have chosen to align with, and I could have chosen to align with the thoughts in my head about all of that stuff that was there. Or and then that can also, and what I see, if people don't have muscle in this area, is that then they start to grow that into like a fucking beast. And then all of a sudden they're too tired for stuff and it feels overwhelming, and right? So it's like you want to catch it quite early and actually choose, what do you want to align with yourself? And sometimes in those moments, like really zooming out and looking big picture and going, what's really important? Who do I choose to know myself as? What am I stepping into at this point? So, for me today, I asked myself those questions this morning when there was a part of me that was like, I just want to go back to bed for the day. And there's sometimes when I will do that as well. But there was also other things that I really wanted to do today. But here's the thing. By choosing what I wanted to align with, showing up, and then actually following through in those areas, guess what? Guess what happened? Go on. Guess. Oh my God. Look how classy I am. Yep, queen-like right there. Here's what happened. Shock of all horrors. I actually started feeling quite energetic. Funny that when I didn't listen to my own bullshit and I decided to align with the stuff that actually gives me fucking energy. Guess what happened? I fucking got energy. Because that's what happens. See, here's the thing. When we align with the stuff that drains our energy, we can't get more energy when we align with what drains our energy. That is non-fucking sensical. However, on the flip side of that, when we choose, and it is a choice, it's like a commitment, it's a decision. And you guys know how I feel about decision. Decision is like done deal. Decision equals done deal. D equals DD. Oh, I love that. D equals double Ds. It's like, I'm a double D. So that just totally aligns with everything that I stand for and am about. And I'm going to take a drink from my tea chalice. Hang on. If you could just all write that in the comments, D equals double D, then that will just literally be the new mantra for what decision is about. D equals double D, which decision equals done deal. Cheers, I love that. So here's the thing, we get to decide, we get to choose what it is that we align with. And when we align with the stuff that actually gives us energy, then it gives us energy. So there's so many stories in our head about why not me, why not now, why I can't do this. And even like when it comes down to clarity, see, the key thing about being the next level you now, Kayla, yeah, nice one. I'm gonna like give a little shout out for everyone who does D equals double D. That's stunning, stunning. And by the way, I just want to be inclusive in this conversation. D can also mean double A, it could mean double C, it could mean double F. Like, let's include all the boobies in this conversation. But for the purpose of this, D equals double D is decision equals done deal, but we also want to be inclusive of all the boobs. Okay, so just to be very clear. So, where were we? Because I'm getting distracted. Oh yeah, future self. So in terms of really clarifying your future self and then stepping into that, the first part of that, did you catch the word? Clarify, which means clarity, which means like clarity. Like, how else do we say that? I could come up with a D equals double D kind of comment, but Karen Emmanuel, shout out to you, double D lady. We love ourselves some double Ds. So anyway, as we also love ourselves some double A's. So just remember, being all inclusive here for everyone. So anyway, in terms of clarity, one of the things that I hear so frequently is people go, oh, but I don't know what I want next because I'm not clear about it, therefore I don't know. Well, here's the thing. We're not born with clarity. We're not like randomly born with this clarity of what we want and what the next steps are. We actually generate our clarity. We generate our clarity for ourselves by, first of all, choosing that we will generate clarity. First of all, choosing that we will be the kind of person. See, all of these conversations, if you look at all these Facebook Lives I do, all of the trainings I do, it comes back to who's the kind of person that you choose to know yourself as, right? And you choose to know yourself as the kind of person who's going to choose to generate their own clarity. Or are you going to choose to know yourself as the kind of person who's just continually spinning, and I don't know, oh, but I don't know, but I get so stuck here. Because here's the thing that further clarifies is the fact that there's a lack of clarity. If you keep saying to yourself over and over and over, but I don't know what I want, but I don't know what's next for me, but I don't know what this next version of myself is. Kia ora, Petra. So continuing to say that and repeat it over and over and over again is that then further clarifies the lack of clarity. So therefore, people are looking in their life and they're going, but I don't know what's next, I don't know what's next, I don't know what's next. Because they're committed to staying at that level. And here's the thing, we don't just massively wake up one day and go, oh, I have this clarity on everything, unless we've somehow set an intention for that, or something like God-like has come through us and kind of given it to us. But here's the thing, we get to choose to generate it. And we generate a clarity through showing up. So we're actually going to go into this in so much depth in Next Level You now. So check out the comment. We start Friday. It's probably, I'd say, my favorite program I've ever created, and I'm doing everything in it. All of the content that I know, everything I know and use in order to get the clarity to be the next level version myself, and all of the stuff. I'm teaching mindset, energetics, everything. So definitely get the link, go and check it out. It's at a crazy price. We start this Friday. But here's the thing, in order to generate your own clarity, first of all, you got to choose to be the kind of person who generates that, and then you start doing the things and being that kind of person who will generate clarity. So you start asking the questions instead of spinning in the, I don't know what's next for me. You start asking the questions like, like questions that help you to generate it. You start following the nudges. You start actually getting out in your life and doing the things and taking aligned action. And then as you're taking aligned action and you're following the nudges and you're asking the questions, then more information will come and more clarity will start to drop through, and then you pivot as a result. And as you're pivoting with the new little bits that are popping through, and then you take more aligned action, you pivot, you're generating the clarity about this next phase for you. But literally just sitting there and closing shop and going, I don't know, poor me, I feel like everyone else has got this but me, then that only further clarifies more of the same. So in order to make that shift, we actually have to choose it for ourselves, and no one else can choose it for us. See, sometimes people are even wanting what's the word? I'm still thinking of the word abdicate. They're kind of like wanting to outsource the clarity. They're going to someone else and going, hey, do the clarity work for me, even hiring a coach and going, hey, get me clear on this. Well, actually, no, it's for you to get clear on this for yourself. Literally, the reason why I'm teaching this in Next Level You now is that so that you can learn how to be the source of your own clarity. And isn't that so much better and more fucking backbone queen-like to actually be at the source of your own clarity ongoingly, so that you're clarifying everything that you need, you're clarifying the next steps for yourself, you're clarifying the vision of who you want to become. This vision of yourself in the future, that when you are being that and doing those things, you'll feel deeply fucking fulfilled. Having that clarity, then how does that impact you now that you step up and show up as that way? So there's an energetic level that actually works on, and with our energetics becomes our point of attraction. But also it's more than just the energetic, like there's the energetics underneath, but it's every part of who you're being. Kayla, yes, I'm all up for that. I highly recommend, team, if you want to do any work with me and you want to, and you love what this is about, and you really want to actually create genuine shifts in your life, I highly recommend that you actually look at doing this program, which starts this Friday. It is literally, I would say, the best program that I've ever done on mindset and energetics, like hands down the best. It's 15 days. There is so much going into it. It is crazy. There's activation audios. I'm literally going to be teaching my tuning in process. So like, even just learning the tuning in process alone is insane. So it's a tuning in process. This is a thing that I use every single day to both ground myself energetically, as well as connect myself energetically this way and open myself up for inspiration, creativity, intuition, and messaging. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be teaching you, is how to tune in on a daily basis. You're going to get my tuning in audio that you can go through. I'm going to be teaching about journaling, like literally how to use journaling. That's not a Dear Diary process. That's actually a real, like, shifting yourself into the driver's seat of your life and actually being that next level for yourself. It's a process that calls in that next level and activates it within you. So we talked about clarity in this conversation. The next level after clarity is activation. So we're going to be talking about those two things during Next Level You Now, and I'm going to be teaching the how of it. First one is clarity, so you're going to be looking at how to get clear, but the second part is actually activation, is on a daily basis, how do you activate that within you so that it's you being that now, not off in the future. So one of the things is journaling, and so I'm going to teach you the hows of journaling, so it's not a Dear Diary process, and it's an activation process. So I'm going to teach you how to journal, plus like you're going to be getting so many journaling prompts that actually see you along through the process as well, which is so amazing. So you're going to teach journaling, you're going to learn journaling in, you're going to learn tuning in, and then there's actually live trainings throughout it. So the 15 days, I've got so much packed in it, and here's the thing. We're not even going to finish at 15 days. I've put 15 days on it, but we're going to be rolling over past the 15 days. Like, it's just insane what's going into it. We're going to be doing trainings, and then there's just little bits you're going to be getting dropped in. Like, I'm so freaking excited. You're going to learn how to partner yourself fully. You're going to learn just everything to do with it. So anyway, to check that out, and it's at a price point that is freaking crazy, then check out the link, the comment that one of my team has dropped in, and then come through. The pre-course work gets dropped within the next 24 hours. So you'll kind of want to be coming in straight away to get that. And then we kick off with the live training on Friday morning, Bali time. And so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be here in my queen's room, being the freaking queen, for the live training. Kayla, my arms all open wide for money to be received for any and all of your courses. Awesome. Hey, Claire. Hey, Sahaja. Yes to personal clarity. I know. Oh, my Lord. So much yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Here's what I want to say. I really kind of want to finish by saying this, is that, like, you don't have to wait. Honestly. Hey, Lauren. Hi. I'm in, like, serious tone voice now. You don't have to wait for any of it. You don't have to wait to go first with elevating any part of your life, whether it's from how you're treated and respected. A couple of my clients lately, I've got a group of high-level private VIP clients that I'm working with on a daily basis, and you know, two of them just recently in the last couple of weeks have left partners because they were both in toxic relationships where the guy did not really didn't honor who they were being at all. It was like really toxic, and they hadn't seen it because they had been so, you know, kind of boiled frog syndrome, where if we're in an environment over time, we start to get used to the environment like that, and then we can't actually see what's actually happening. So, you know, they were in some really fucking toxic situations, and they had kept like thinking like, oh, in the future it's going to get better, in the future it's going to get better, like when they go to AA, when this happens. But actually, anyway, so they got to shift that environment around and realize that it's actually them. It's on them to lift their standards, not on the other person. No one else is going to lift our standards for us. No one else is going to claim this next space for us. No one else is going to come along and go, oh, hey, yeah, I see you over there, and I see you kind of like acting a little bit small and a little bit kind of selling yourself out. I just want to remind you that, you know, like actually here's your permission slip, and you know, you can kind of have your throne and your crown back, but now you have been granted and bestowed permission to, one, lift your standards, and to two, express yourself, what you really think, and three, to be the woman that you really want to be in the world. Like now you have permission. Like no one's doing that. It's only you that gets to choose and claim that for yourself. And any conversation that tells you that you have to wait until pause for effect is a load of crap. It is a total another load of crap. So we got to choose to raise our standards ourselves. We got to choose to raise the bar ourselves. We got to choose to be able to see ourselves as actually being the person that we know we want to see ourselves as and we've got to go first at that. See, when we see ourselves at that next level, by first of all getting clear about what that next level of ourselves looks like, and how we'd be being when we're operating at that level. So we get clear about it first. Remember, these are the two of the areas that we're going to be looking at in Next Level You Now: clarity, activation, and alignment. So we're going to be looking at the clarity of who you are at that next level. So you're getting so clear on that the conversation of I'm not clear is just a no, you know, it's just gone. That's gone. So then the next question after that is activation. So then how do you activate, now that you're clear on what that next level you is, how do you actually activate that now? So you're not waiting, you're not in that conversation. How do you own that now and actually be being in that energy now, operating from that energy, operating from that space? Because here's the thing, when you activate that's already within you, which is very different, FYI, to fake it till you make it. None of this conversation is fake it till you make it. That I have zero interest in that. This is about actually activating that something that's already within you. So when you activate it and you go first at that level, guess what? You communicate to the world that, hey peeps, listen up. This is what's going on over here. This is the standard that is happening at. This is the level to what the game is being played at. And then you will get met at that level. Like there is no other way. Energetically, you send out an energetic vibe that I am the queen or I am this. And then you energetically get met. You literally send out a vibe to other people that this is my boundaries. So here's the thing. When you lift the standard of who you're being and you get clear about that and you start operating at that level, in your energetic vibe, in your energetic communication, you literally energetically communicate your boundaries. See, very seldom do I ever have to communicate my boundaries at this level, because it's usually just so fucking clear in my beingness of actually what's up and what's happening and what's not happening and what's not up. So it's usually communicated well before I ever have to actually open my mouth. So therefore I don't really have to go to a communication level on it. Yeah, there are times where for some reason, whatever, I do communicate that because it needs to be communicated for whatever reason. But a lot of the times when you're really owning it at that next level, the vibe communicates, the energies communicate. And then that happens on all, like it just creates a ripple effects on all sorts of ways. I think I've got to go because I think I've got something happening. Yes, I have. And I can hear someone at the door. So here's what's up. Oh, kia ora, Hinari. Nice to see you, my love bug. So anyway, Next Level You Now, we kick off on Friday. The pre-work drops in the next 24 hours. You will want to be there. Like this is, I would say, the best program I've done. I say program, it's definitely the best Mindset Energetics program I've ever done, and it's possibly even the best program I've done. So you will want to be in it. It is a crazy price. It's like nutcase the price I put on it, and it's you're just going to get blown away with what you're going to get in terms of being able to actually know and access that part of you that you get to step into and then recalibrate at that level. That's it, period. Check out the link, come through, and we will party together for 15 days, but it will be more than 15 days. And if you're just coming into the conversation now, you did miss the whole part about how I almost knocked myself out by doing a diving forward roll earlier today. Because this is some heavy duty shit that's going on inside this. Magnets, rocks, all sorts of stuff. Claire just said you rock. Petra, you rock. Kate, thank you so much, team. I do rock. Plus I also have magnetic rocks around my head. And I do now know that on my checklist for forward dive rolls that I really need to take my necklace off before I do them. Because I really am quite good at forward dive rolls. Someone's missing his queen. I think so, who knows? Hinari, are you missing your queen? Sahaja, in all honesty, Hinari and I adore having time apart. We absolutely adore it. Hinari had an entire week to himself last week, so he had King's Week. And then we came together for a weekend, and then we're having a week apart. And I gotta say, long-term relationships, a key secret is have quality time apart, because then when he and I see each other, we're so excited to see each other. We're so excited to chat. We've got so much to share. And also we come back to the relationship, like literally being our best selves. It's really funny with how much shit I've had over the years from people going, oh, it's so selfish of you to have all of this time away from your family, Kate. And I'm like, really? Really? Talk to my kids about that when they're seeing a mum who actually gets to show up at her fullest capacity. And talk to my kids and ask them how they feel about having parents who get along really fucking well and who actually love their time together, because they do stuff that fosters intimacy and passion and spark. Like, ask my kids, how does it feel when they see their parents like kissing on the couch and stuff like that, because they want to be around each other, because they're not sick to fucking death of each other, because they've been in each other's space too much and they need some time apart. So yeah, anyway, that was a bit of a rant. I'm gonna go have a gorgeous day. Next Level You Now, definitely come in. Stuff gets dropped soon and we start Friday. Mwah! Have an awesome day.